Hello, I'm Julian, nice to meet you. Right, Annie, apparently you're bored, I've heard, and you want to make bread. Is that right? Of course it is, yes, I understand. Right, so what we've got, we're going to make some bread, this really simple bread to make, yeah? You can make at home, and you can do your homemaking in between while you're doing it, because I bet you've got loads of that to do. So you've got strong flour, yeah? It needs to be a bit like chewing. So it captures the gas, and when you bake it, it expands. So this is strong bread flour, so this is white, yeah? So it's stone brown, and the whole recipe is really simple. So you get 1 kilo of flour, 700 millilitres of water, 30 grams of yeast, fresh yeast there, but you can use one packet yeast and 5 grams of salt, and that makes the dough. And everything else is about method. So I'm going to get you to start with the water. So the first thing we do on the recipe there is we put 700 millilitres of water in there. In there you've got 30 grams of yeast. Now you've got to mix that yeast in with your hands. Yeah. The next thing you do is add a kilo of flour. So I've already weighed a kilo of flour for you. That's in that. And all we're going to do at this stage is we're going to make it taste like a wallpaper taste. Like your favourite teacher while you're doing it. The one who gives you all the homework. So the idea here is we're allowing the water to soak into the dry flour and draw out the proteins. So we're just making it a sticky mess. If we were to add the salt now, it would draw the water away because it's hygroscopic. Is that the right way? Hydroscopic, that's the right way. Leave this for 30 minutes. It has to be 30 minutes. It can't be less, it can't be more. It can be more actually, it can't be less, but it can be more. So we're going to cover it with a tea towel and leave it for 30 minutes. And when we come back, you'll see it complete. So now we're going to add the salt to it. Now you can see there's no salt in this, right? If you stretch that now and compare it to the one before, we've done no kneading, we've done nothing to it at all except add water. Can you see how I've stretched to it now? Yeah. When you add salt, that will then tighten the dough up even more. So we need a little bit of flour on the table, not too much. If you add too much flour, you dry your bread out. You're going to tip it out onto the table. Okay, and then you're going to sprinkle the salt over the whole thing evenly. And this is sea salt because it's pure. Okay, and then we're going to knead it. I'm going to show you how to knead it. And all you're trying to do here is get the salt evenly through the bread. So you can imagine if you don't, you're going to have a pocket of salt in there. Right, so there you go. Put a little bit of flour on. Again, you hardly any flour. And what's making the dough stretchy is the gluten. So if you didn't have gluten, it wouldn't be stretchy. That's why you use strong flours or bread flours, as we call them. So now the salt's in, I'm just going to round it up and put it back in the bowl. Now, this is going to take about an hour to an hour and a half to double in size. So there's not a lot of kneading involved in this. Very little indeed. I use olive oil in the bowl, not flour, because it dries it out. In this case, rapeseed oil, actually, in the bowl to stop it sticking. And I'm going to cover it with a tea towel again. And then, while you go and do your homework for an hour and a half, it's going to double in size. Press stop. So that's now at an hour and a half, yeah? Okay. And what we should be looking for is the dough to double in size. So if you look now, how the dough has changed as well, so you can see the oil stopping from sticking. If you pull it now, can you see how you've developed the dough? That's what's going to catch the gas. You've done that without any kneading, you've just given it time. Okay. And the longer you leave the dough, the more it develops and the less work you have to do. So it's really simple to make bread this way. So the next thing we're going to do is knock it back. Just going to flour the table and cut it into portions of what we're going to make. So first thing to do is take it out of the bowl. You ever feel that, how light marshmallow it is? It's completely changed, hasn't it? Yeah. From what it was. So what we're going to do is knock it back. So like you did before, knead it, give it a good bashing, don't be scared of it. You cannot be too rough with this. You'll have muscles when you've done this. And then we round it up. And I've knocked the air out now. Now, if we were to do anything with it now, it would rip because we've tightened up the gluten. You can see it's ripping, yeah? So we have to let it rest and give it 10 minutes. Yeah? So you can see now it's relaxed, it's spread out a little bit. What we're going to do now is we're going to portion it into the sizes. So you can literally make anything from this dough. Pizzas, tin loaf, crusty round, rolls, anything. It's a basic dough, but it can make anything with it and it'll be delicious, I promise you. And it's only got the 3 ingredients. So we're going to weigh off 500 for a tin loaf. 500, right, and then we're going to weigh off 300 for a pizza or a flatbread or a crusty round. What do you reckon? We'll do a crusty round. And we're going to do that one, and we'll do a baguette as well. That's what we'll do. Always round your bread first, yeah? But by rounding it, you're getting all the gluten going in the right direction, and then you do your shaping after. So the first thing to do with rounding is to just start tucking everything into the middle, like that. And you keep tucking it into the middle until it comes out round. And then, just with the palm of your hand, just tuck it like that into a nice little round shape. You got that? So you just keep pushing into the middle. That's it. Good at this. Okay, and you can see now you've nearly got a round shape.
Yeah.
Yeah. So all you want to do is flip it on its back. Yeah. And then you can round it like that. Some people find it easier like that. Rub it like that. That's it. A bit more on the table, so it's a little bit more. That's it. And that's rounded that up. Yeah. Stick that on there. Flour on the top of these, and we're going to let them rest before we shape them. Okay. So it's just going to sit there and rest. And that's round. Yeah, which we're going to put into a tin. Yeah, and we're going to allow that to prove. And the way you do a tin loaf, so you can see it's relaxed now, so just with a little flour on your fingers, push it down, like that, yeah?
Yeah.
And then you fold it over, tuck it in, fold it over, tuck it in, fold it over again, and then shape it, right? And that's ready then to go in a tin. A little bit of flour on top, and into the tin it goes, okay? Right. The second one is pretty much what you've done before.
Yeah.
So you're going to push everything into the middle like that.
Okay.
This is the easiest way of doing it. To make it nice and round. What you're doing now is you're tightening the dough. Can you see how nice and smooth the dough is now?
Yeah.
Compared to it's not ripping or anything. And you make a little knot in the bottom, yeah? And round it up like that. And then you've got a nice crusty round, yeah?
Yeah.
So we're going to put on a tray and we're going to put that in the basket in a minute. And the baguette, we're going to go out again. So with the baguette, it's the same thing. With your tips of your fingers, into the middle, turn it over, tips of your fingers into the middle, and each time you do this, you're creating a texture like that, like a Swiss roll, and that means the dough supports itself, so instead of spreading out, it will keep staying nice and tight. And then we're going to roll it. We're not going to make a massive long one here, but we're going to roll it down to tips. You just want to roll it a bit more. So from the middle, all the way to the tips, and a bit more effort on the tips just to make them pointy. That's it. In the middle of the cloths, pick it up with the cloths, stick it on the tray again. And then all these things are now going to prove, yeah? Okay. Once they're proved, we're going to bake them.
Yeah.
If 500 grams is filled the 500 gram tin,
yeah.
That always helps because you know it's ready when it's domed across the top. And the 600 gram doesn't quite fill the basket. If it was a kilo, it would fill the basket. So you know it's about doubled in size because it's just where it is on the basket. And then the baguette, you can see here, as is about ready to go. So the first thing we're going to make is the baguette because it needs the quickest time and it's ready. And we're going to use something called peel and a little bit of semolina. Right, so we're going to sprinkle the semolina on, and that stops the bread from sticking as it goes in the oven. We're going to put the baguette on. When you score a baguette, yeah, you score down. You're almost going straight down. Don't think of it as going that way, sideways. You're going straight down. So you're going like that. Yeah? Yeah. And now you're going to take this to the oven. You can't burn yourself here, so you've got to slide it off on that, like that. A peel or a wood-fired oven, but you can use a little bit of board, yeah, just a little bit of something flat like a pizza. You sometimes get these pizza shovels, anything that you can tip it onto. Yeah. We're going to let it come out the basket onto there, yeah. It's nice and floured. Then we're going to score. In this case, we're going to score a crisscross, yeah. So that's that way, yeah, and then that way. And now you're going to load that into the oven. So it's the same thing, but on a bigger scale. So you want to hold it like that, and your hands at the back there. Okay, so just shoving it on that crack. Slide it off. That's it. It's natural, that was. So you can do anything with a tin loaf. You can score it, flour it and score it, or you can leave it as it is. It depends what you want. But as we've got just laid there, I'm going to score it straight down the middle. Not too deep, you're just cutting the skin. That's it, perfect.
The whole thing?
The whole thing, unless you know a way of splitting it into 3. Okay, straight in so it goes past the letter. Don't worry, you can't go in here. Right, and then we're putting that on. Right, take it out the same way you put it in with the peel. Just slide it underneath it, and then take it onto that cooler. That's it, and then just walk backwards and put it onto that cooling wire over there. And once you forget. That's it. Finally, I'll get the tin out because it's a bit more awkward. So how do you check it's cooked? Because it might not be, or be, should I say. Tap the bottom, it should sound like a drum.
Okay.
Yeah, if it doesn't, it sounds like, yeah, you can feel it. You'll know it's not because that thud doesn't go all the way through and the big extra. Right, so you've got all that from 1 kilo of flour, yeah, you've made all these things here, and you even managed to get 2 hours home making while you're waiting for it to prove. So it's